What's up everybody, Silver here with another Halo 5 Guardians Achievement Guide. This time we're doing a couple at once. We're doing part 1 of 15 for Lone Wolf, which has completed every mission of the game by yourself on Legendary. And by getting that, we'll also get the Forging a Legend, which has completed every mission of the game on Legendary, just in general, Heroic and Normal. And also, obviously, the Into the Fire achievement, which is just complete mission 1. So you can see I grabbed the Empty Energy Sword, which makes you run faster. It's right behind you when you start the level. And here we go. We're going to run through this first part. Just follow this path, and we're going to jump up on this rock. It is faster to go straight through, but it's more dangerous. So I'm just going to go to the left, and you can see I'm just going to run along the edge of the cliff here, climb up here, and then run under this drop ship. There's a bunch of Covenant being dropped off above you, but you're going to make it right under them as they drop down. Just jump up here, and keep boosting when you can. Obviously, you could hear it recharge when it does recharge, and just boost again when you need to. I almost died here. I've never actually died with this route, but I have come close a couple times. But it's a pretty easy route. You don't really need to practice it too much. It worked every time for me, like I said. There's quicker ways, but they involve going through the middle, and they are more risky, and they take more practice. So figure this is the easiest one to master, and you just lose a couple seconds. And it's not a speed run, so that's alright. So bust through there. Grab that suppressor like I did. And you can see the suppressor is very good at taking down the armor of the Prometheans, so it just totally stripped his armor. And then you could easily finish him off with a headshot. So for this part, we're going to take it a little bit slow here. We're going to kill some enemies before we dive right into here. We're going to skip a good amount of these guys up here, but we're going to kill these first few guys. So you can see I'm using the suppressor BR combo. It's very good for the Prometheans, like I mentioned. Just dive right in. You could zoom in with the, in Halo 5, you could zoom in on guns that don't even have a zoom or a scope. You could use the quote-unquote iron sights, even though I'm not sure this is made of iron, and it definitely doesn't really have much of an iron sight on the top, or a conventional iron sight. But, you know, you could zoom in, and the range increases when you do that. So you can see when I zoomed in right there, it turned red. The reticle turned red, indicating that the bullets were going to lock onto him. So that's good. So use that when you can. Obviously, when you get shot, you get knocked out of the zoom function, but when you can, use it if you need to, if you're too far away, for conventional suppressoring, I guess. But just move up along the edge here. We're going to move up along the right side of the wall, just kind of hug this area, and we're going to avoid most of the people in the middle. And we don't actually have to fight any of those guys in the middle. We have to fight the 4 or 5, maybe 6, I don't know. You got to fight all the soldiers that are up at this door here. So those are the only guys you have to kill to actually progress. So we're going to bust through that wall like we did just there, and this is a pretty safe area. You probably want to bust through the wall with your BR out, because there are those 2 crawlers there every time. But this is a very safe spot that I'm in right now. No one's going to come at you. They might shoot at you through that door right there that I'm looking at right now. It's kind of like an ice wall that you could bust through, just like the one we busted through to get to this part. So they could shoot at you through there. There might be like a crawler that walks up and shoots you through that hole, but you can just shoot them back. It's a two-way street, bro. You shoot at me, I'll shoot at you. And so I keep looking at it to make sure when I go here that there's no enemy that's going to shoot at me. So 2 good things about this part is the fact that if you go to this spot, the enemies from the middle won't really come at you at all, and the enemies from the top, the ones we actually have to kill, will just funnel right through this one section. So you can see they're all shooting us from this one area, but our 3 Spartan AIs have come up with us to this point, so they are very distracted. All the enemies are very distracted by them, so it kind of distributes their gunfire across 4 Spartans instead of just yourself. And also, if you ever go down, obviously your 3 Spartans are right there, so they'll revive you pretty quickly. And you could always use the targeting system, the ordering system that tells them, your friendly Spartans, to, hey, shoot at this guy. So that is very helpful. So we're still going to use the suppressor and BR combo. You can see I'm almost out of BR ammo, though. But there is plenty of suppressor, and obviously a lot of these enemies have light rifles. This is only a scatter shot right here, unfortunately. It's not. It would be nice if it was a light rifle. There is more light rifle ammo behind us, but we're not gonna go back there. Why would we go back there? If you do run out of BR ammo, which I'm going to in a second, and there we go, I'm out. It's not the end of the world, because obviously I'm going to actually use the targeting system, or the order system. I don't know, I forget what it's called, but the system that you know, you just highlight the enemy. There I go, highlighted him. Just let my team finish him off, and I'll get this scatter shot, I guess. And second thought, let me go back. Let's see what we got here. A bolt shot. All right, I guess that's fine. It has longer range, and you could headshot people with it. I'm going to try to headshot this guy. Let's see if we can do it. I don't think I do. Oh, no, I'm just going to finish him off with a suppressor. There we go. That's fine, too. Why not do that? So I think we're about done here. You just have to kill the soldiers up at the top here. And there is one right here that I'm trying to kill. I don't know if that's one of the top people, one of the people who were up here initially, or he's another one who just traveled up here. But I guess the door just opened. So we're good here. And there's a bunch of people we left behind. Like I mentioned, all the people in the middle. Don't gotta kill them. So just jump up here. I grabbed a bunch of light rifle and suppressor. Scan this. I skipped ahead a little bit. Skipped like 30 seconds where that platform lowers and the door opens. But as the door opens, you can see on the left and the right there is a ton of ammo. So you should be able to fill up all your light rifle and suppressor reserves. So we're just going to fly up here. And by fly, I mean just sprint. It's not Super Mario Bros. 3 where you got a raccoon tail and you're able to fly somehow. First of all, how do the raccoon tails make them fly? First of all, how does a leaf make you grow a tail? And then how does a tail make you fly? It doesn't make any sense. I guess it's not an original thing. There's Tails in Sonic, and he can fly somehow. I mean, that makes a little more sense because he has two tails, and he kind of whips them around like a helicopter. But, I don't know. Those Nintendo employees must have been high as the dickens when they were making those games back in the day. But anyway, here we are. We're going to kill all of the Prometheans that we can from this area, because there's a bunch of Prometheans, but there's only like a handful of Covenants. So we want them to kind of take out as many of each other as they can. Unfortunately, the Covenant usually die off pretty quickly, and you can see I killed the two Jackals there because they were not accepting our help graciously. They started shooting at us, so I'm gonna kill them. But after you clear out this first section, you just want to go over here and bust through this ice wall here, and then just hop up. There's going to be a soldier up here probably, so you want to have your suppressor out right away. You can see I have my light rifle out, unfortunately, unprofessionally, but I was able to switch and kill him, and I had no health. I was left with no health really. But obviously, if you have your suppressor out before you go up there, you'll be able to start taking down his armor a lot quicker than I just did. So we're just going to hang out here for a little bit, just take out some crawlers and thin out the lines of enemies over in this area. And we're actually going to sprint past a bunch in this area as well. I'm just kind of thinning out the enemies right now. There's a bunch of light rifle ammo up here as well. So I'm just going to thin out a couple people, refill my reserves, and then we're going to sprint up to the door. Again, the door is something that opens once you kill all the enemies next to the door. You don't have to kill anybody else really, so we're going to do that again pretty much. We're going to sprint to the back right side of the door. So we're going to sprint across here. I usually don't take this much damage that I'm about to take, and it's because I got smacked by the crawler and a couple other factors, but just don't do that. Try to avoid them. You can see I went and Spartan charged one of them, and then the other was able to smack me. But just hop up here, and we're gonna suppress that guy, and then kill him. The first guy on this this turret here. We're gonna drop back down. You could always drop back down here safely. Sometimes a soldier will come up here, but likely you will be left alone. But this run through, I did encounter a soldier who snuck up on me. So watch out for your radar, or watch out for the contacts on your not your turret, your radar rather, because the contacts are the ones that are gonna kill you, not your radar itself. But anyway, we know what we're talking about. You know what I meant. So we're going to take out this far turret guy, because obviously he is the most threatening one. He has the biggest gun, and he's pretty much the only one who could damage us from this point, from where I am right now. So we took him out, and again, this is the guy I was talking about. Here he comes, sneaking up behind me. Keep your ears open too, because obviously you could hear them warp up behind you when they're doing that weird warpy thing that they do that's super annoying, and they just won't stop doing it, and you're trying to shoot them. You're waiting for them to get out of the warpy thing, and they keep warping around the corner. But anyway, you can see I took out the furthest enemy, because obviously the ground here gives me some cover. If I, poked my head out and tried to kill the person closest to me, I would be exposing myself to all the other people. And you get arrested when you expose yourself to people at this point in time. It's 2016. You can't do that anymore. You actually probably could never really do that without some legal repercussions, but whatever. Maybe back in the day, like 1800s, who cared? I don't know. Actually, they probably cared back then, too. But anyway, we took out the guy who snuck up behind us, and we are still working our way. There's like four soldiers, and we're just going to, this is the last one, so I'm just going to jump down and take him out from close combat. So we'll kill him, and this is a bad idea, actually, I found out, because now everyone that it was in the middle has come up and greeted me, and they're like, oh, hey, look at this guy. So I'm trying to get the, there we go, the door's open. All right, good. So you can see this was very dangerous. I should have stayed up there and taken him out from where I was initially, but I didn't do that. And then I realized I probably want to go get that binary rifle. That way I snuck up around the turret initially. There's a binary rifle, which is good for taking out these guys up here. But we can make do with the light rifle. It's actually a pretty easy room. We're not actually even going to walk into the room until everyone is dead. So we're just going to stand in the doorway pretty much and just shoot people with the light rifle. This first guy right here who has his back to us, we're going to shoot and kill with the suppressor. So aim for the glowing points on his wings or whatever they are on the back of him. And you can see he easily went down. He is very heavily damaged by the Covenant in the room here, so he's easy to take down because he's mostly dead by the time the door opens. But just start shooting people. The crawlers are pretty much the only enemies that are going to come at us, even though we're not in the room. They will run up to the doorway here, so watch out for them because they are pretty much the most dangerous enemy. So that's good because crawlers are pretty easy to deal with. So we're just going to, again, aim for the wings on their, whatever they are, or the glowing points on their wings. And they will start, you can see when you do that, you take out one of their glowing points, they kind of open their face mask and yell at us, and you could actually headshot them when they're doing that. Unfortunately, I was not good at shooting this run through, and I didn't kill anyone in that fashion, I don't believe. But when you do take out their 2 glowing points on either side of them, they actually start to expose a third and final glowing point, which makes them very, very weak on their back. So you want to aim for that if you can. Obviously, they're going to try to face you, but if you can get around them, they will go down very quickly from that one weak point. And also, you could shoot off their face mask entirely, so then you could just go for the headshot even when they're not screaming at you. So you can see this guy is not moving, and I was just shooting him in the face, and then his face became exposed, and then one more shot was able to put him away for good. So you can see we opened up his face mask and shot him, so that's good as well. And you can see the Forerunner, whatever, Promethean Knights here. They are not trying to attack me at all. They're too far away. For some reason, they just stand in the middle of the room. They don't try to approach this door. But that's fine for us, and we got plenty of light rifle ammo on either side of the door behind us. So I'm just pretty much refilling every time I reload. And just, you know, taking it nice and slow. Slow and steady wins the race. Probably not in most races, but in this one it does. There's no time limit. We're just trying to complete this on Legendary. And we are almost done. We got this one knight left, I believe. I think he's the last guy. So we're just taking our time. No rush. You can see that exposed weak point on his back. That third and final weak point I was talking about. So I shot him in that a couple times, and he is dead. And I think that's it. So I refilled anyway, just in case there's more people in here I have to deal with as I run in. But I got a checkpoint. Looking good. We'll run to the back here, this last door. And this will open up, and that will cue the cutscene to end the level. Actually, it doesn't open up, but it cues the cutscene when we go towards it. So that's it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Click like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Follow me on Twitter at HaloCompletion and on Twitch at SilverScorpion4. And check out our new Halo Conversationalist podcast, which you could find on iTunes, Google Play, and here on this YouTube channel. And I'll see you guys later for more Halo achievements.